This is Marcus with MMA Nut and Studio MMA, and we're here at the UFC Fan Expo, UFC 129 in Toronto. And as you can see, we're inside of the octagon, and this event is huge. Not only is the event sold out, 55,000 people, but the Fan Expo is packed as well. You got so many fighters are here, not to fight, but to sign autographs, to be here to support the fellow fighters in the biggest UFC event in history. As you can see here, the UFC Fan Expo is packed. You saw the line leading up to signing with Nogueira and BJ Penn. It's about a 45-minute wait just to get an autograph. But it shows not just the support by the fans, but also by the fighters who are willing to come out here and support the biggest MMA event in North America, actually the biggest in the world outside Japan. Fans coming up here, the fighters being great with the fans, signing autographs, giving them hugs, doing stare downs with them, pretending to throw punches at them. We've got Mitrione right here. Best memory with this guy is the song he came out to, Simple Man. You can come out to a cooler song than Simple Man. The guys are having fun with the fans, signing autographs, messing around with them. And you've been here for a while now? Over here with John Lauzon, who actually for one of my training partners, Gabe Rudiger. Okay. And I saw the video you guys did before the fight, and it cracked me up. You spent some time doing that video, huh?
You know, we spent, one day filming. You know, we legit, made that cardboard city and everything else. We made a video spoofing Godzilla, and we made a cardboard city in my gym. We had a guy in a Yoshi costume from Mario Brothers, like knocking things down, being drunk, eating cake. It was pretty good. So we filmed everything in like a day. We made everything and filmed it in a day, and then we took a couple days to edit it. But the whole thing came together in like 4 days, but it came out good.
It's a funny video. If you haven't seen it, you definitely have to go watch it. I was part of Gabe's training camp, and Gabe trained really hard for that fight. You dominated that fight. Have you done anything different? Have you changed your training camp at all?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, we picked up the cardio and stuff like that. I'm doing a lot more strength conditioning stuff. But a lot of the same stuff. Lots of jiu-jitsu, lots of drilling, lots of boxing, all that kind of stuff. We definitely picking it up.
We were out in New Jersey for the UFC tryouts, where I was at myself. Didn't get through, thanks a lot, Dana White. And you were there too. You had a couple of guys there?
Yeah, I had a couple of my guys, a couple of my pro guys, that were trying out. I had Josh LeBurge and Joe Cushman and another guy. But yeah, we were down there, trying to get them on the show. Didn't work out, but we'll see how it goes.
And they're up-and-coming fighters, and they did good, right? You said they tapped a couple of guys out?
Yeah, one of my guys did great. Took his kid down. They started from the knees, but he, snapped the kid's head down, took his back, choked him out, looked beautiful. Then he controlled the rest of the, it was only a 2-minute round, but controlled the rest of the time, and they didn't even get a call. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
It's unscripted, scripted TV, I guess,
yeah,
so it's part of it. What's next for you? Do you have a date? Do you have an opponent?
Yep. I'm fighting June 26th. I'm fighting Kurt Warburton, who's a kid from the UK. He's 1-on-1 in the UFC. Very, very tough. So I'm looking forward to that.
Are you in camp already, or you're just taking a break right now for this to support the UFC tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I've been out here for 3 days, so 3 days total. So this has been a little bit lighter, but I've done a little training out here. But this is just a little bit of like a little reset, take a couple days nice and easy. And yeah, but we already started camp a couple weeks ago.
I'm here with Stephanie and Maria from Jacko. This is one of the reasons I enjoy the Fan Expos. You work in the event, you're working for Jacko. Are you MMA fans?
Oh, yes, I am.
Huge MMA fans.
Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter, Rashad Evans, who actually signed at our booth. Yay!
Do you have a favorite fighter as well?
Well, Rashad so far. We'll see. I want to see George St. Pierre fight.
We're going for GSP. Woo!
Do you like GSP for his style of fighting or for his looks?
Style of fighting. He's not. No, yeah, no good, no looks.
Well, I think both personally, but he definitely brings something to the table in the UFC. That's for sure.
You got it. Keep going.
What's the 63 record? The reason why these guys fight, the belt. I figured out a different way though to get that belt. You can actually buy it for $452. I don't know if these guys realized, but you come in here to the Fan Expo, you got the belt, and you can actually just purchase it. $452, that's it, and you're a world champion in the UFC. So we're here with Sugar Rashad Evans. Just had a change in opponent. Has your training camp changed for your new opponent?
No, not really. I was so early out. I was still working on a lot of things for myself. I don't really start working and fine-tuning for my opponent until like the last few weeks of the fight.
I've had the pleasure to work with you on the Deadliest Warrior before, and you're obviously branching out. You're doing other things outside of fighting as well. Do you have any other projects coming up?
Nothing right now. I've been doing some other stuff on the business end, but as far as like acting and stuff like that, nothing right now.
Gotcha. And regarding your John Jones dropping out because of injury, does it feel? Are you happy about that? Not having that fight. I know you were training partners for a long time. You were close friends as well, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of that whole situation is. The bottom line is this right here. He said he can beat me or whatever. We're gonna fight each other. Then all of a sudden he elects to not fight due to hand surgery or whatever he was gonna do to himself. I don't know. It's like whatever, man. At this point, I just want to fight again.
I've seen you down with part of the Verdum's team as well, Kings MMA. I've seen you down there a couple of times. And you're a relaxed guy. Even when we were at the Deadliest Warrior, chilled, playing, was it Xbox or PlayStation?
Yeah.
Outside of fighting, what else do you do?
You know what? When I get a chance to, I just like to relax and hang out with my friends and stuff like that, and be with my kids and stuff like that.
Last question for you. This is electric. 55,000 people. You can see the fans back here, all the Canadian fans. You obviously have a huge fan base here in Canada as well. Any difference between the American and the Canadian fans?
Fans are fans, but you know what? These guys out here have been so hungry and thirsty for just this kind of show here in Ontario, and they're really embracing it. So, it's huge right now.
Any predictions for tonight's fights?
GSP.
You heard it right here from Sugar Rashad Evans, GSP tonight. Thank you very much. And here next to the man who actually fought GSP last, Josh Koscheck. And let's see if we can get a prediction from him real quick and who he thinks is going to win on Saturday night. I'm sure he's excited, just as excited as everyone else to see the fight. He's been in the cage, in the octagon with GSP, and obviously knows what the man, one of the top pound for pound fighters in the world, has to offer. Let's ask him real quick. Koscheck, do you have a prediction for Saturday night? I guess he doesn't have a prediction for Saturday night. All right, thank you. In the main net, and we got Matt Mitrione, one of the funniest guys in the UFC. Biggest event in the UFC history. Are you excited for tonight's fight?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's. I'm really excited about how large the crowd is too. I think this is kind of the beginning of what's to come with MMA. That I think we'll be able to fill out, 55 to 70,000 crowd stadiums. I think we'll be able to do that. So I'm excited about it.
This is one of the most uncomfortable interviews I've ever done. I'm looking up like this to him. It's hard to see on
nice
TV.
Hair though, that's a nice part. I can look down and see really nice hair.
It's the biggest guy I've done an interview. You can't see on TV how big this guy is. He's the biggest guy. So how are you feeling today?
I'm hungry. Is what I am. I'm tired and slightly hungover.
Slightly hungover. What's next for you? Do you have a date? Do you have an opponent?
I do. June 26th, I'm fighting Christian Moorcraft. He's a giant 6'7", 6'8" fella. But should be a good fight. It's in Pittsburgh on the Versus card. So I look forward to it, and it's on free television, so you don't have to worry about buying a pay-per-view.
Right here, free on TV. That's always good. You in training camp already?
I'm in my pre-camp now, getting a little bit more in my muscles into shape. My cardio's already good, but get my muscles into shape, and then from that, go off and get ready to get punched in the face.
Anything else you want to tell the fans over in Europe or the fans in America as well, for that matter?
I have the sexiest nipples in all of MMA.
Can you show the fans over in Europe?
Only if you pay me $1.
We're here with Lauren Abraham, professional athlete and very famous hostess for plenty of shows.
Hello.
And you are the hostess for bodybuilding.com.
Yes, I just got signed on in January, and they're having me represent all the action sport athletes, and then of course do all their commentary and hosting for internet feed or TV. Like we were at the Arnold, we were doing something for ESPN Live and stuff like that. Now with you, so it's awesome. It's awesome.
So you've been around the block for a minute, and now you're at bodybuilding.com. That's getting involved with mixed martial arts.
Yep.
What is it about bodybuilding.com that separates bodybuilding.com from other nutritional supplements?
Bodybuilding.com is realizing that they need to expand their branding from just bodybuilders and fitness people into, for example, action sport athletes like myself. I'm not a IFBB Pro bikini competitor or pageant girl, but I am an ex-pro snowboarder and sponsored stand-up paddleboarder. And so why not break into that? We're here at this MMA UFC Expo because now bodybuilding.com is sponsoring fighters, you know, and so they're totally just expanding their branding. They're realizing that there is a market for supplements with real true athletes, and that's what I'm all about, is real athletes, you know.
I agree with your favorite fighter right now.
Yes, I am.
Are you from Toronto?
Well, Mississauga, close by.
For you, being part of the biggest UFC event ever, how does it feel?
Feels good. You can't wait for that fight. 55,000 fans in there. It's going to be crazy. I mean, it's going to be, Canadian fans are passionate about MMA. I can't wait to watch it.
And you can see it. You can see a lot of the guys out here, a lot of the fighters here, having a great time with the fans at the UFC Fan Expo here in Toronto. Any predictions for Saturday night, both of you?
Go ahead.
I think it's going to be an amazing night. I don't even care really who wins. It's just going to be awesome to be there.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I just want to show up, watch those fights. They're all great fights on that card, and you can't go wrong there.
We're at the Extreme Couture Toronto booth, and the reason we're here is because we've been at the Extreme Couture here in Toronto over the last couple of days. One, it's the biggest facility I've ever seen in my life. Two, the guys have been so great, and we just wanted to talk to you real quickly. Jason, you have been with the company for how long?
For approximately 2 years now.
2 years, and I heard yesterday you guys got 3,000 members up here. Is that true?
At least 3,000 members, I would say.
And the facility is how big?
33,000 square feet. We got some of the top MMA fighters in the world that teach out of our facility. Full fitness facility, CrossFit facility, some of the best personal trainers in the GTA. So we got a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, I saw a couple of decent guys in there yesterday. Randy Couture was there himself, cutting weight. Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz, Jake Shields was there getting ready for and his weight cut as well. And it's funny enough, you have a guy here with the same last name, Ryan Couture. The difference between Extreme Couture Toronto and in Vegas, what would you say?
For one, it's a lot bigger than the facility in Vegas, and then the thing that I really like about it is that they do a lot more crossover than we do. We're primarily a fight gym that's just trying to fit in the cardio and the fitness and the kind of the general public type classes where we can. And they really have a full health center. They've got the yoga room, hot yoga room, the spin classes. They just have a lot more diversity on the schedule than we're able to do in our facility. So I think
here with the owner of Affliction, Tom Atencio. Tom, this is the biggest UFC event in the history of UFC. What's different in your opinion to previous events?
Almost 60,000 people. It's crazy. So the bottom line is, yeah, it's the biggest one. But I think the Canadians are, for lack of a better term, fanatical about it, and it's great. It's good to come here and see how the sport has grown. I love it, and I've been here. I've been involved in the industry since almost day one, and I'm real happy about it.
And Tom just mentioned, obviously, Affliction is a very well-known brand over in Europe as well. But you guys have a couple other companies with you now as well.
We do. I got Throwdown, Extreme Couture. We just acquired American Fighter. We have another brand called Remedy, and right now our distributor for Scandinavia is DG Fashion. Dan Jorison, I think. I'm going to ruin that name. I know that. But anyway, Dan's great. He's been with us, I think, maybe 6 months to a year after we started. So Dan was, very much of a visionary, and he's built it in Scandinavia really, really well for us. This is Kenda Perez. She is with Best of Pride. She's a hostess. I'll let you.
And are you a big MMA fan yourself?
I am a huge MMA fan. I work for the UFC. I host the Best of Pride on Spike TV. I get to travel and go to all the fights. I love my job. It's the best job in the world.
Quick question to both of you. Predictions for Saturday night. Who do you guys have?
Mine's St. Pierre, Aldo, and Machida.
Oh, I'm impressed. She knows his name. The night's over. One of the greatest cards in the UFC history with some great fights. The fight of the night, definitely Jose Aldo versus a tough Mark Hominick, who's got heart of a lion and did a great job. GSP, as always, doesn't do any mistakes, doesn't take any unnecessary risks, and defended his title as well. A couple of amazing knockouts, amazing kick by Lyoto Machida, who knocked Randy Couture out with a jumping right front kick, and a great overall event with some amazing fans here in Toronto. And thank you, Studio MMA, MMA Nuts here in Toronto. Over and out.